Good evening, everybody. Matrix here, and here's my watch list for July 5th. Okay, bring in the fear and greed index right now. We are in the green, and we got greed. So basically, the overall market is looking pretty optimistic right now. With July 4th, the Trump's speech, the overall market is gapping up to all-time highs right now. So we did get a gap up to 3,000, and it's a 20-point gap up. So that correlates to about $2 from the SPY. Let's bring in the SPY real quick. Okay. So we are at all-time highs. The SPY closed at, let's see. The SPY closed at 298, so we are over the 300 mark right now, and this is a good sign. Very optimistic overall on the market, and what am I expecting tomorrow? Well, let's mark off where the market is at right now. I think that's the spot. Where's the close? 298.7. Yeah, so that's about it right now, at about 370-ish. Okay. And what I'm looking for tomorrow is an opening dip to hold the 300. I do expect in the pre-market we will open a little bit higher as well, and pre-market will run a little bit. And from there, at the open, I'm expecting a profit take. Okay, so let's mark off the blue line right now on the intraday chart. I'm expecting a profit take down. This is where we're gapping up to. And I want to see pre-market run up and then profit take at the open to see if it can hold this 300, which is a key level, right? It's a key psychological whole number. And from there, it might hold the 300 and continue running. So with that said, I'm more bullish than anything for tomorrow, but I am expecting an opening dip. So for the first part of price discovery, from 9:30 to 10 o'clock, 10:15, I'm expecting a pullback and then a hold to some sort of support level and then run back up to close the day off. So that's the plan on the overall market. With that said, there are two specific stocks that I'm looking at for tomorrow's watch list. And first up is actually Nike, NKE, which I've traded on, I believe, Wednesday, right? Oh, yesterday? Yeah, Wednesday. Okay, so here's that Nike chart real quick. Let me zoom out a little bit and load up some drawings. NKE. And here, load up some drawings on daily chart as well. Just give me a sec here. NKED. Okay, and here, NKE. Okay, so Nike. It closed very bullish, okay? As you can see after its earnings, I believe this was the earnings day on June 28th. We had a pretty mixed kind of reaction on the 28th, and then it has ran up ever since. Now, on Wednesday, yesterday, the stock gapped up on low volume and started running, and it closed above this 86. Now, what I want to talk about is this 86 level. I was actually trying to short it from around 86.10, and every time it came down to the 86 level, it held the support area, and it keeps getting bought back up. So definitely there's some protection going on here at the 86. This 86 now becomes a very key level to watch for me. The way the stock closed, it closed very bullish, and I am anticipating a second run-up day. Now, with that said, after hours, we did get some buyers coming in, and I'm expecting a gap up tomorrow, just like the markets. And let's take a look at the daily chart. What I want to see is a gap up and according to the SPY theory, a gap up and then dip at the open to hold this 86 again and then run back up. And the next level of resistance here, we have 87, as you can see on the big picture, and then the 88 as well. Now the 88 is pretty much, that's all I'm going to give it to tomorrow, because Nike has an average true range of $1.73. Right, so from 86 to 88, that's about $2 of range, and that's what I'm going to be watching for. Okay, so on the long side, expecting a gap up, a dip to hold this key area from 86 to 86.30. 86.30 was basically the high of July 1st, okay, Canada Day. Okay, so we are in a very key range here. And as you can see, I've marked off some resistance levels as well at 86.85, which is this candle right here on the daily chart. So the top of this wick, 86.85. All right. And then we have the 88. Okay. So I want to see a gap up, dip and hold this area, consolidate, make a base, first higher low. I'm going to get in. If I get some sort of a capitulation in the morning, with massive volume and then get a buyer's candle suck back up, I'm going to start in small and risking 86. Now, if 86 snaps, then I'm gonna, and if it snaps and stays under 86, then I'm gonna change my thesis to a short thesis then, right? If it stays under 86, that's the key part here. You see, every time it came down and snapped through 86, the lowest it's gone, it was 85.95 area. So I'll give it about 5 cents wiggle room. I want to get long as close as 86 as possible, but if it snaps through this 85.96 area, then I'm just going to take it off and reevaluate and see if it stays under this key level. If it does, then it's a short idea, and my first target is to bring it down to this 85.15 level, which is pretty key. All right, 85.15 on daily chart is right about here. I marked it off. It's prior day's lows, okay, where we had a massive volume. And then the next target area is this 84 over here on daily chart. As you can see, this 84 is more of a long-term support. As I draw this line across, you can see it's pretty significant on the 84. So the range is from 84 to 88, and we're right in the middle right now, depending on a gap up or gap down. So on a gap up, I'm going to look for a dip to hold and long. On a gap down, I'm going to look for a pop to short. And if it comes down and doesn't hold and snaps, I'm going to look for a retrace, hold, and then a short. Okay, and these are my target areas here on Nike. So that's my plan on Nike. Next up, we have Netflix. Loading up the Netflix daily chart drawings real quick here. Let me see. Here it is. And then right here, I have drawings on the day as well, on the intraday. And of course, right here on the 5-minute chart. Okay, so Netflix, kind of the same idea. Let's take a look at the daily chart real quick here. The stock closed very well. It's closed above a breakout area of the 380, right? So what I want to see is I'm expecting a gap up, just like the stock market, a dip to hold and then run. Let's see if it holds the, I guess the 382 is a key area of support I want to watch first. So this is support 1. And then the 380 would be support 2. This 380 is a very key psychological whole number as well. So if I zoom out a little bit, here's that 380 line. Let me change the color for you and you'll see how significant this is. Let's use green right now. Okay, so the 380, using this green line, you can see it dates all the way back to the prior highs in October before it dumped, right? So from there, we have 380 as a key support, and then this little 386 area here also dates back. It's this year's high, but it dates back to being a very key role here. on the daily chart. So big picture, let's mark this off in red, and you'll see that it linked here, 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 and made support here as well. So we are definitely going to test this 386.58 area. Okay, so what I want to do is make a thesis off these key areas. As you can see, I've already made some drawings here, orange being key levels, with the stock closing very high above its intraday range here. You are expecting a gap up, right? And on the gap up, I'm going to look for a dip to hold. 382 first. If it holds, I'll be looking for the long signal, and as well as the 380 area to hold support. If it snaps through these levels, okay, and stays under the 380, then I'm going to switch it up to a short thesis instead. Short it back down to 375.75, which is right about here. Let me zoom in on a daily chart. 375 area right here, which is prior day's lows, right? So yeah, yesterday's lows, and it actually kind of made some sort of area right here as well. So 376.60, we have a support zone. Okay, so depending on what it does tomorrow on the pre-market, if it gaps up, look for a dip to hold and long. And same thesis as Nike, right? If this 387.50 breaks out and starts holding, then I think it's going to want to fill the gap here. I see this little gap right here on July 16th. Okay, so the low of this wick, let's see, it's 391.75. So there's a magnet right there at 391.75 to fill the gap. 391, so almost 392. So right about here, if it breaks out this 387, we're going to get a magnet to 390 first and then 390.75. Okay, with Netflix, let's take a look at the average shoe range, NFLX. Average shoe range is $8.73, so definitely can run from 382. If it runs $8, then it's gonna hit the 390. Yeah, 390. Okay, and from here, the 380, if it's profit taking day short, then we're coming down to this 375 is for sure a hit. Okay, so that's the plan on Netflix. So just two tickers for tomorrow. I'm pretty sure there are other plays out there, but these two really hit it home for me. Just because the way it closed, and it's somewhat spy related as well. Netflix doesn't have much of a news catalyst though. Let me take a look here. See if I have news catalyst. Stranger Things. So it doesn't look like it has a very enticing long catalyst. So my first pick would be definitely, SunTrust expects inline Q2 results for Netflix, upside Q3. That's July 2nd. So that was a couple days ago, and we are seeing a continuation run. With Netflix, though, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see it pull back hard for a profit take because it's so overextended as well. So definitely have two plans for Netflix tomorrow. Keep that in mind. And as far as Nike, there is a catalyst on it, right? We had Nike, the Colin Kaepernick talking about one of its shoe design with the American flag related to slavery, and Nike removed that shoe, this Nike Air Max 1. Okay, so they took that off, and on this day when Colin Kaepernick made the complaint, the stock tanked, and it has since recovered. So it recovered, held this 85, and it leads me to believe that investors are no longer worried about this piece of news. Okay, with its previous earnings reaction, it looks pretty bullish. So this was the earnings day. I'm going to bring this back up. This was the earnings day on June 28th, right? And then next day it gapped up huge and it held, right? That's the key part. It held 85, okay? And then after the bad news, and then we had yesterday, it reclaimed 85 and kept running. And the way it closed so strong, I'm seeing that it definitely has more upside. I do like the long thesis. Okay, so that's basically my watch list for tomorrow, just the two tickers for now. I do have another ticker that I have in mind, but I don't want to talk about that because it doesn't usually relates to what we do at Trick Trades here, where my mentor teaches. It's more of my self-development, my own style of trading on the other ticker, and I'm not going to talk about it here for now. Make sure you check out the video link description below. I've added some new video links description. If you are wondering how I learned about analyzing the markets and making my calls and learning how to trade. All the information is in the video links description, okay? So hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys all bright and early tomorrow. Thank you. Ciao.